Listen, I'm about to read a story that was given to me by the heavens for you, the whole world, that you all should know. So you will learn the truth of the beginning. And from this story, you will begin to know who the Father is, who the Lord thy God is, who we are, and who the devil is. And it's a story concerning the beginning in such a way that you have never heard it before. So, I'm going to be reading, so bear with me. It is told by the many books the beginning, but now I come by the Father, for written is, in the last days every ear shall hear, and every eye shall see. First know what this truly means, and I shall explain. Every ear shall hear, this tells us that there is something that all in the world, their ears shall hear, and all who cannot hear, it is still they shall be made to know, for they are the only ones in life whom the truth of life has not been all the way taken away from. Next it tells you that every eye shall see. Now note that it does not say all eyes shall see, for there's a difference between every eye and all eyes. All eyes would refer to everyone of the world, their eyes seeing. And every eye, this speaks of the third eye, which is the mind. So understand that when it's written, every ear shall hear, all shall be made to know, for even the deaf shall come to know, and this because even without sound, one can understand. And then it is written, every eye shall see. Every eye shall see is saying that all shall hear the truth of the Father, and it shall be given, this truth, so that all shall understand and know it. And then you will see it. Your mind shall come to understand it, or rather know it. For it shall also be proven all the truths there are that are of the Father's. For they, the Father's truth, can't be denied. So know these truths I'm about to read might make you say, wow, that makes perfect sense. And this I tell you, you shall. I write this story which I shall be swift in telling, for it is a lot to tell, yet it is my desire to write as least as possible. So this story is given so that all come to know who the Father is, who the Lord is, and who the Holy Spirit is, and who man is. So beginning, I shall talk first of the Father, whom after making to give him form to himself, from soul into spirit, did make the others by sharing the power with them, by giving them form and making them into spirits. And so it became that the word or souls were made into spirits or angels, of which the Father is the Most High. The first angel that he did make after he did make himself is the one we call the devil. And to her, for the form given was a she spirit, and the Father made himself as a he spirit. And to her all beauty and power was given. After the Father did make all the angels, he and she alike, he made many creatures, which he scattered throughout the many planets, which he also did make. And this the Father did do, so that the angels be entertained and will have many wonders to see and enjoy. After this was done, the making of himself, the angels, and all the creatures of the heavens, the Father did give a law unto all the angels, and told them all not to touch the devil. Well, the devil did, after time passed, go and tempt all of the angels, and all of the angels except one did disobey. For this, the angels disobeying, the Father did make all the angels in heaven, except the devil, bow to him. And this because the one angel whom did not disobey did also bow, though he had not to. So the only angel who did not bow was the devil. And this because the law was not given to her. It was given to all of them, the rest of the angels, given to them concerning her. For her, they were told not to touch. Now after all the angels in the heavens did bow unto the Father, they were forgiven. It is now that the Father did go to her, the devil, and tell her to tempt them not, meaning the rest of the angels, to tempt them not anymore. Well, it did come again after time passed that the devil did go and tempt them all, and it was all the angels that she did tempt once again. Though unlike before the first time, where one angel did not disobey, this time two angels did not disobey. So it is here that the Father does take from all the things he did make, the greatest part of each thing the Father took from it, And he did give it unto the last things he would make, and that was man, whom he made to share in equality with him. Then he told all the angels to bow unto us, man, for we were made greater than them. This is when it is written that the heavens were divided. For the devil would not bow to man, and about half of the angels that were in the heavens would be leaving with her when she would be stripped of her place from the realm she once ruled, and she would leave and go away from it. And to the one angel whom had never disobeyed, her place to him was given. Now when the Father did make man, and man was made in the blink of an eye, he brought all things unto man, and man did name them. So it was this, the naming of all things, which took man 6 days to complete, and not that it took 6 days to make man. And after man was finished naming all the things, the Father did let man rest. When man did wake, he found that his job of giving names was not over, for the Father did make for him that which man called woman. And then the Father asked, what would man call him, meaning him himself? To which man did say he. And I tell you all, this is what the Father is called. Now after man did name all things, the same thing which was given to the heavens, that Lord not to touch, was also given to man. For the word of the Father is unchanged in all three realms. So it became that the same thing which happened in the heavens before man was made, did also happen upon earth when man was made. And of that tree that man was told not to touch, which was a tree of fire, though the devil did tempt man many times, she could not make man disobey the word which the Father had given him concerning that tree. But the devil thought herself to be wise, so unto woman she did go, with a plan to make man disobey. Yet before it's told what the devil did do, I take you all again to the kingdom of the Father, which is the kingdom of heaven, to tell of the angel who was given the place of the devil. While the devil was planning her way to deceive man, the angel whom was given all power which was once the devil's, did watch over man. For he was looking to try and see what made man greater than them, meaning them the angels. Meanwhile, back on earth, the devil did get woman to touch the tree by telling woman that she would not die if she did touch the tree. So woman touched the tree, and as the devil did say, woman did not die, but this was only because the law not to touch was given unto man and not to woman. So because woman did not die, the devil told woman to tell man of what she had done concerning the tree. And to show man he would not die as told, woman did go and touch the tree again while man did watch her. Meanwhile, in the heavens, the angel whom was given the place of the devil did go and ask the Father, what made man greater than the angels? The Father told the angel to look and he would see. So the angel did go back to watching man. Now back on earth, woman had touched the tree, and man saw that she did not die. And so man, after more time passed, with woman constantly nagging him to touch the tree, did, to the Father's word, disobey. Yet once again I go to tell of the heavens, for at the same time that man did disobey, the angel whom was given the place of the devil went to the Father and asked once again his question. For he had now witnessed man disobey, which he had never done. So now he really could not see what made man greater than the angels. So his question of what made man greater than the angels, he did go ask again. Now, because man did disobey because of the word said by the devil, the word she used to woman to make man disobey, the Father did show the devil just how great his way was over hers. For the Father did by the devil's very words and his love for us make it so that man did not truly die. And the angel who was given the place of the devil, because he did go ask again what made man greater than them, he would now be given unto man, that he would stand in the place of man, so that man could be delivered from death. So the God of man did that angel become. And this was placed upon that angel because the Father had already answered him the first time when he did come asking the question of what made man greater than the angels. For the Father told the angel to look and he would see. The Father did not say, look and you won't see. So That angel was now given to be God over us, and also will be given over to death for us, for he will be made to die for us. So the Father did tell him, that angel, that because he did ask again after being told to look and he would see, he, that angel, would be sent down to live as one of us, man, and then his answer he would see. Yet before the Father did carry out his word with that angel, whom is now given to be the God of man, he did go to man and to the devil, that he would tend to them for what they had done. The Father gave unto the devil to be given the lowest status of the heavens. And so, where once she was the greatest of all angels, she was now the lowest of all things. Then he told the devil that by her very words that she used to trick woman, man would not die, but live. Then the Father did go to man, and while the devil did think that man would surely die, because she knew the Father's words must be, for his words shall be done. So the Father did go to man and told man that only because he was deceived would he not be put to death. But for not keeping the law given to him concerning the tree, Father did punish man and told man that now all things he could touch, for he touched the only thing forbidden him. Yet now of all the things there, man would have to be mindful of what he did choose to use. For what he choose, for if what he does chooses to touch does make him sin, I lost my place, he will further be punished. Also, the Father told man that he would now have to tend the ground in order for it, the ground, to give what it did so once freely give. Then he told man that from the safe dwelling of the garden, where all the creatures did once live at peace with man, he would now be from the garden made to leave. But it was not because the Father did banish man from it, but it was because man could not no longer have peace. For the creatures which once did cater to man had now turned against them. Then back to the Lord, whom is that angel that never disobeyed, the Father did go and did tell the angel who had never disobeyed, who is the Lord, that he was now the God of man, and that his duty is to watch over us, and when the time comes, to come down and live as us, that he may find the answer to his question of what made man greater than the angels. Then he told that angel he would be made to die for us. He would die so that the Father's word that he did speak to man concerning the tree would be done. For all things are and shall be as the Father does speak it, and never shall his word return to him void. So man did leave from the garden, and life went on. But after some time passes, the world becomes more evil than good. So the Lord, whom is the God of man, does go to the Father that he might destroy man. The Father does pick out the one called Noah, for loved by the Father he was, and this because all the days of his life he remained by the way of righteousness. So the Father picks out Noah and tells the Lord that he may do as he pleases. The Father also tells him that Noah and all he wants is not to be harmed. Then he tells the Lord to tell Noah all that he is to do to prepare for the devastation that would be coming. So the Lord does destroy the world, and he did it by water. Then the Father, when the Lord is done, tells Noah under a rainbow sign that the next time shall be fire. Time passes and the world becomes bad again. Yet there are many who are good. So the Father picks this time to send to us the Lord. For the world is lost and many are in need of a Savior. Also, there is still that man must be delivered from the curse of death, which he did place upon himself when to the Father's word he did disobey. Also, the word of the Father concerning the curse of man would have to be done. So to us the Lord, our God, is sent. And so he does come. He comes that the word of the Father be made right and man be delivered. He comes to find the answer to his question. And because now also, as does the Father, he loves us, he came to die for us. Now of the Lord, I shall say only this. He did not come teaching the world none of the ways which man today does have, nor did he teach any of the ways which man did have before him. He came only that the Father's word be done, and so by him all things changed. For it was before his coming, from the time that because man disobeyed, that man had to do many things to stay right by the Father, which is whereby comes all rituals. But as I have said, this was all changed by the Lord thy God, for he was given to me. And this he did by love. Love which he came in, love which he did give, show, and it love was the only thing that he did teach. Yet it is here when the Lord did die, and up until this day, none know what happened with the Lord when he did give up the ghost. So when the Lord did die, it is this that I shall tell. But first I take you to the cross to tell of one important factor, and that is when the Lord did say, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? First I tell you that the Lord did say, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? First, I lost my way again, excuse me. First I tell you that the Lord said this because he still could not see the answer to his question of what made man greater than the angels, though he did more suffering than any man ever has or ever will. But because he could still not see the answer to his question, this is why upon death he asked the Father, why hast thou forsaken me? For when he first asked the question of what made man greater than the angels, the Father answered him by telling him to look and he would see. And though he went back to look at man, he still could not see the answer. Then he asked again, what made man greater than the angels? And because of this, he was sent to live as us, and was told by the Father that his answer he would see. Yet, even unto death, still he did not see. So this is why he thought the Father had forsaken him, and also why he did ask the Father, why hast thou forsaken me? While he was upon the cross. Because the Father said he would see, and yet while at death's door, he still did not see what made man greater than the angels. Now, after the Lord does give up the ghost, he was on his way to ask the Father yet again, because he still could not see what made man greater than the angels. Yet before he could get to the Father, the other angel, which did not disobey the second time, went to the Lord and did give him the answer to his question. He told the Lord that it was suffering that made man greater than the angels. And the Lord did know this to be the truth. For as I've said before, the Lord suffered more than any man ever did or shall. So the Lord did look back and examine his life and saw the great amount of suffering. And so he knew the Father did not forsake him. He should have seen the answer. And that is the answer to what makes man greater than the angels? Suffering. For none of the angels know suffering. Anyway, back to the story. So unto that angel, the Lord, did make that angel the one who came and told him the answer to the question that he was going to question the Father with yet a third time. So the Lord did make that angel, and he was the angel who did not disobey the second time. Well, him and the Lord did not disobey the second time. The Lord made that angel king of all the heavens. And so it was given to that angel or spirit. And he is the one, the angel who did not disobey the second time, that you all call the Holy Spirit. Now also of the one who is called the Holy Spirit, he is the King of heavens and is practically the only one who spends a great amount of time amongst the Father, and is the only one, with the exception of all the baby angels, who goes to the Father without the consultation of the Lord. As all do learn that if you want an audience with the Father, it is best you go to the Lord first. And though you may go straight to the Father, many find it unwise to do so, for the Father's way is above all other ways. Also I tell you that I am with that Holy Spirit, and I am who the Lord, when he came back from death, did say would come, and I was why he had to go away, for I could not come while he was here, for we both would not leave heaven at the same time, and this because of the duties we were given. So know that I come to save you all, and I hope by this writing that you all do know that I am who the Lord did say would come, and no other shall come knowing that which is given me to know, and I come to give unto you to know, so that you all might save yourselves. Now, in the beginning, I'm going to go over the story again, but this time with even more clarity. In the beginning was darkness. Know that darkness is composed of three things. Notice first, just as all things are composed of three: sun, moon, stars, man, woman, child, etc. It was such even with the darkness. The darkness was made up of souls, which is word or sounds, the darkness itself, which held the word, and then space, which held the darkness. And this is the order. We shall begin with sound, or the word or souls. For it was that which was held by the darkness, so it is first. Now, you have souls and you have spirits. They differ in that a soul has no shape, no form, no void, while the spirit itself is the darkness given shape and form, thus creating a void. Now, though in this part of the story man has not yet been made, in fact, nothing has, I'm going to use man to show you the laws concerning soul and spirit. Now, man is made of three things: soul, spirit, and flesh. Another way to say is word, angel, and man. The soul symbolic to the word, spirit symbolic to the angel, and flesh symbolic to man. And this is the Trinity. Souls, just like the words you speak, have no shape, no form, or void, while your shadow, which you don't realize is a part of you, is the darkness given shape and form. And you know your shadow has shape and form. Don't do that. I don't. All right, my phone just wigged out on me. Gotta get back to. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't know why it did that. I know why. Somebody don't want y'all to hear this story, huh? Well, let's get back to it. All right. Now you have souls and you have spirits. They differ in that a soul has no shape, no form, no void, while the spirit itself is the darkness given shape and form, thus creating a void. Now, though in this part of the story, man has not yet been made, in fact, nothing has, I'm going to use man just to show you laws concerning soul and spirit. Now, man is made of three things: soul, spirit, and flesh. Another way to say is word, angel, and man. The soul symbolic to flesh. The soul symbolic to word, the spirit symbolic to angel, and flesh symbolic to man. And this is your Trinity. Souls, just like the words you speak, have no shape or form or void, while your shadow, which you don't realize is a part of you, is the darkness given shape and form. Does not your shadow have shape and form? And the flesh, which is man, a living thing. Now be it known to you the laws concerning soul and spirit. Now in the darkness existed these souls, or the word, sound. One may ask, how many souls were in the beginning within the darkness? I answer to you this: how many sounds do you make or hear? Well, that's how many souls were in the beginning within the darkness. There was one soul or sound or word. You choose which way to call it, but for the duration of this story, I shall use the word souls, the more practical word to use. Now, of the souls within the darkness, it was as such. In the beginning was the word. Competition started in the darkness amongst the souls. You see, the souls within the darkness would always verse each other to see which of them could make the greater sound. There was one soul that tried to show the other souls to make sound together to see just how great that sound would be, but none of the other souls would listen. This went on for as long as only he, who is the Father, knows. In fact, the other souls eventually did as the one soul wanted. They started to make sound together, but only to drown out the sound of the one soul so that his sound couldn't be heard. The one soul grew tired of this and decided not to let his sound be heard. To let you know this is true, when I get to the creation of the angel, you shall hear the same story. Even to the creation of man, the same story also. And through the Lord's Prayer shall I show and prove this all. This one soul then kept his sound silent for as long as only he, that soul, knows. That one soul, after staying observant for as long as only that soul knows, was approached by another soul, and I lost my place again. All right, found it. And convinced that one soul, after staying observant for as long as only that soul knows, was approached by another soul and convinced to let his sound be heard. This the one soul did, and once again the other souls drowned this sound out. That soul got mad and was faced with choice. It could choose to communicate back to the other souls as they had done to it, or it could turn and leave. That soul did not want to be as the others, so it chose to leave. It went into the furthest reaches of darkness, away from all the other souls, and did what no other soul could do. It gave itself shape and form. It gave the darkness shape and form. It gave space shape and form. It became the first spirit or angel. Now it went back amongst the souls as a spirit, all powerful. But this spirit did not mistreat the souls with this power. Instead, it shared the power with them. Now, the first soul this spirit took and gave shape and form to after himself is the one we call the devil. The Father made her the most beautiful and most powerfulest angel of them all. I'll stop right there because I feel the gas. Did he say the devil is a female? Yes, I did. Now learn the Lord's Prayer. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This simply means when God made man, everything that had already happened in the heavens, when man was made, the same thing started to happen on earth. So what do we know about man? He made us last but put us first above all other things and made for us woman. He made man, then woman. He made himself first and then the most beautifulest of all angels. And she is. But back to the story. For it shall be shown as the story progresses. After he gave shape and form to all the souls, he and she alike, he then began to make creatures of different sizes, shapes, and forms which he scattered throughout the universe, all as entertainment for the angels. When this was done, he left a law amongst the angels concerning the devil. Her they were told not to touch. And this was the law. Well, after a while, the devil went and tempted all the angels, and all of the angels except one disobeyed. For this they were punished. And the punishment was they all had to bow to him, all except the devil and the one angel who didn't disobey. And even though he didn't have to, when he saw the other angels bowing, the one angel that didn't disobey, he bowed too. In fact, the only angel that did not bow was the devil, because the law was not given to her. It was given to them concerning her. And this is when it is written that all the heavens bowed unto him. After the heavens bowed unto him, all were forgiven. Now the Father went to the devil and told her, tempt them not anymore. Well, she went and tempted them again. And once again, all except two angels disobeyed. It was now that the Father made man, and he told all the angels, even the two angels whom had not disobeyed, to bow unto man, for man was made greater than them. Well, the most powerfulest angel of them all, the devil, she looked at man and compared us. And she saw nothing that would seem greater than the angels. So she said unto the Father, surely you don't expect me to bow to them, who are truly lesser than me. Then she went on to say, I don't even bow unto you when all others do. And she chose to leave because she wouldn't bow unto man. Some of the angels, so taken by her, left with her. And this is when it is written that the heavens were divided. All the rest of the angels bowed, and all except two were forgiven. But only because the two did not disobey. So they had nothing to be forgiven for, even though to man they still had to bow. And this is the story of the heavens. Okay? Now, let me give you the story of man. As you should know now that man was made so that the angels in heaven should be forgiven for them disobeying the law that was given to them, that they had disobeyed for the second time. For this forgiveness, they only had to bow unto man. And do know that man was made in the blink of an eye. Well, I already told you all of that. All right. We're going to end this video there. I know it's kind of chalky because I was reading it off my phone. And it's kind of, I wrote this a while ago in hopes. In fact, I wrote it. It was first written on Google+, hoping that a lot of you in the world would see it, but I guess you didn't. So now, you have this video. God bless you all. And this is the truth for the beginning. So all you pastors, you need to really... You can find this story on Facebook under my Timothy Collier page. Let me get back to the top of it. Maybe I could probably... I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But this is where that is at on Facebook. God bless you all, and have a great day.